Hey BookTube, it's Allie from Allie's Books and Creativity. Today we're doing a video that came in part of my brain, and it's called Ship or Sink. So I'm either gonna ship a book couple or I'm gonna sink them. Ship is support, sink is like, I'm not for them. So could be popular, unpopular opinions on my perspective. Everyone is entitled to an opinion, just an FYI. So if you don't have to agree with mine, you don't have to. There needs to be no disagreement or arguments. We can just get along and be happy. Okay, so let's get started. I got 10 books I'm doing the ship or sink for, and one is a promotion for throughout the saga. So, you'll know what I mean when I get there. Doing weird with my hands. I don't know why I'm doing this. All right, so let's get started with the pile, shall we? The first book I'm promoting for the ship or sink is The Inheritance Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is a mystery of a character named Avery. She's homeless. Okay, first I promoted this book before, so I'm promoting it again. This book is about a character named Avery. She's homeless. She goes to school and she has no place to live, and then this character named Grayson comes to tell her, oh, my grandfather, who's a billionaire, lives in Texas. He's passed and he inherited the fortune to you, so you need to come to Texas and live out this fortune. So she's living out this fortune, and at the same time she's inheriting it as a teenager, but at the same time a lot of sketchy things happen, but there's a love triangle. And we're based in the love couple, Avery and Jameson. This may be an unpopular opinion, because I was more of a Avery and Grace. And I'm just gonna tell you, this one's a sink. I didn't like Avery and Jameson as much, so I preferred her to be with Grayson. But who am I to judge? That was just my perspective, because I liked Grayson better than Jameson to my perspective. So, yeah, this one's a sink. A bit of a sink. The second book I'm going to ship or sink is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So let's talk about this book. I probably talked about it before, and I'm going to talk about it probably for the who knows how many times until you all get sick of me. Ha! You're stuck with me forever, baby. Okay, we're going to explain the book. So, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is about Pip, a senior high school student who's popular, wants to, for her final project, open a closed case that she feels like didn't get justice. And the character she's trying to open the case for was the Andy Bell case. And she finds out a lot of things that went missing behind the police investigation and detectives investigation, to the point where she found some stuff that were pretty well hidden, and you'd be surprised if you read this book. I'm not going to leave any spoilers, but the ship or sink is based on Pip and Ravi. For them, I shipped. Ship, 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 ship. 100% ship. This one, I loved the love couple. I was really, really, really intrigued. And I really, 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 really think Pip and Ravi needs justice for themselves. Not going to swing why. So, yeah, if you want to know, read the book. Just an FYI, let's talk about the beautiful rainbow tags I put. I did little notes, like yellow's like quotation, orange is like tense, purple's like, oh, we got a clue for a mystery, green is like happiness, blue is like an action, pink is like a romance interaction. So yeah, that's how I labeled this book. And it's a rainbow. Look how pretty it is. I didn't write anything in the book. I would never do that to my books. My books are like my babies. I would never do that. Alright. Moving on. Yay! I'm randomly giving jazz hands, and I don't know why. Moving on. The third book I'm going to be promoting is, this is a oldie. You know, you have to be in my generation to either know this or you've read it because of a spin-off of a character that came out years later after all of us millennials have been waiting since 2008, is Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. I know. You're gonna probably, some of you younger people are gonna call me an old fart. I'm not old. Us millennials are not actually old, okay? You're only old if you feel like it. And I would just go through these books like there were no tomorrow. And we're basing the love interest on Bella and Edward. This might be also an unpopular opinion because there was Edward and Jacob. You had to be one or the other. I was more of an Edward, so this is a ship. Bella and Edward, ship. 100%. Ship. So, I don't know. I think I just love vampires and I love how protective he was to Bella. But yes, this was the story I would probably, you younger people, you should read and read the whole series to see why us people now, when we were your age, how we were obsessed with these books. So please, go to your thrift store, go on Amazon and get the book box. It's Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn. And then after that, there's that spin-off that came out in 2020, which was Midnight Sun, which us millennials were expecting like 2008 or 2009, and Stephanie Meyer delayed it so long. But I love this series and I loved her writing as reading this. So yes, definitely ship. Bella and Edward's a ship. Okay. Some of you who are watching this video are either going to agree with me or disagree with me. But it doesn't matter because this book has left a lot of debates on this love triangle, on this popular ship of these people. And just don't judge me, okay? But we're going to talk about Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Yes, we are talking about Mare and Maven. Mare and Maven. Okay. I thought Maven... Okay, first I felt bad that he was doing that, being manipulated by his family, this and that, but personally, no offense, I'm really sinking this one. I was not a Mare and Maven. I was more a Mare and Cal. Like, Cal was all right. I would rather ship her, Mare and Cal, over Mare and Maven. I thought Maven had some evil things in him that were really twisted. To the point... How can I word this? Okay, with Mare and Maven, I was in a really bad time in my life where I was not in a... I had an unhealthy relationship at the time from the last decade, and that character reminded me of that person, and that's why I honestly dislike Maven. So that's why this one's a sink. This couple, Mare and Maven, is a sink. I'm sorry, I apologize, but I cannot ship them. I cannot. This one's a sink. But if you want to know why, and you want your own opinion, if you haven't read it, read the series. It's Red Queen, Glass Sword, King's Cage, War Storm, and then you have the novellas Broken Throne, which kind of gives you that closure in War Storm if you think about it. I'm not going to say how it happens, but definitely read the series. It's good. Don't get me wrong. I just didn't like that couple. I didn't ship them. Sink. There you go. End of the discussion. Next topic. All right, 6 more books to ship or sink. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is book number 5. And so maybe this might be book 5. So 1, 2, 3. No, yeah, 6 books. So book number 5. And this is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Yes, I have the OJ cover, the original cover from 2015. But it's old. It's been read many times. I try to be more careful with it because it's signed. And I don't want to lose my pages. So this one is going to be based on almost like everyone cannot stand. And I have to agree with you. It's Feyre and Tamlin. Sorry, Tamlin lovers, but sink, 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 sink to the bottom of the ocean. If it was like A Court of Mist and Fury book 2, I'd have been like all for resand and all, but I don't know. I haven't gone far with SJM's Crescent City series. I'm going to get to it in the spring because I did pre-order book 3 on my Kindle and I have the 2 other books in physical form. But I heard there's a connection with ACOTAR in it. But I didn't like Tamlin. I first thought I did. No. No, 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 no. No, honey. You could do better than that. Okay, moving on. Now we're on to book number 6. This is really gonna be a fun one because everyone loved this series, but it was kind of intense, and that was Serpent and Dove by Shelby Murrin. See, if you have been with me for years later, I still don't know how to pronounce her last name. I am terrible. Excuse me. But Shelby Murrin writes these really good trilogies. She even has a spin-off. I couldn't find it anywhere. I have to look for it. I know I have it here somewhere. It's in one of my bookshelves or one of my book bags, but it's definitely here somewhere because I have the other copy of her spin-off of this trilogy, and this is more based on Louise and Reed. This one I do ship, even though Louise was a witch and Reed was a witch hunter. So it got a bit complicated, but hey, gotta do a little enemies to lovers in there, can't you? This one is great. I hope to meet her one day. She seems very nice. I've seen videos of her talking and doing interviews, and she seems very, very nice. I don't know. I haven't met her, so don't judge me. I'm just guessing. But she seems nice. But I do ship Reed and Louise. So that's my ship on this one. This was a ship. Yes. All right. Other than that, so basically what this book is about, I might have told you guys about it before, and you're hearing about it again. Serpent and Dove is about Louise, who's a witch, and Reed, who's a witch hunter, who end up getting married. So they like having a marriage arrangement, and they get married. And you know how the story goes if you read it, but I'm not going to spoil it to anyone. But it's like a marriage arrangement, and interesting things happen in this book. So other than that, I'm moving on. But that's what the book is about. It's a marriage arrangement, and it's got some fantasy magic. Okay, book number 7. Book number 7. Okay. Focus. Focus. Namaste. All right. Book number 7, Crave by Tracy Wolff. This was more like a cheesy writing for Twilight. It was really interesting, but it was a bit cool too. It had vampires, it had werewolves, it had dragons, it had witches, it had gargoyles. It had literally almost all the supernaturals you could think of in this book in one series. So this bases on Grace, she had her parents tragically, pass away. That's what starts the book, and then she goes to Katmere Academy in Alaska to live with her uncle and her sis and her not sister, her uncle and her cousin. And she meets this character Jackson, who she's into. Okay, spoiler alert. I've been spoiling this many times. If you've noticed, and if you didn't, you probably left until you read the books. But almost everyone I know has read Craven. I've talked to, but so in book 2, there's another love interest that I supported, but Grayson Jackson I did at first, but when the second one came, I was more into them. So this one's more a bit of a sink. The way things happen, I'm not going to explain, so you have to read the book to know. But if you read the series, you understand. So I was always Team Hudson. I'm Team Hudson all the way. I'm not Team Jackson. So this is a sink. The first book's a sink. The other books would be a ship, but this one's a sink for the couple ship and sink. So yeah, sink. Sorry, not really. It's just my opinion. We're going to book number 8. Book number 8. Namaste. All right. Book number 8. Caravel, Stephanie Garber. Everyone has read this, so I don't need to explain this one pretty much. If you haven't, read the trilogy. You are missing out. So this is based on the ship or sink for Donatella and Jackson. This may be an unpopular opinion for some, but I shipped them. I did ship them. It is might be unpopular, but I did. So you want to put your opinion, put it in the comments, but make it nice. But I did ship this one. Definitely did. So that's a ship. Book number 9. Let's go. Okay, book number 9 is the spin-off of Caravel, which is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I loved this one, but the ship and sink for Evangeline and Apollo, you have to read the book to understand what I'm talking about. So you haven't just stop what you're doing, read the Caravel trilogy, and read Once Upon a Broken Heart. Please. Please, 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 please. But the Apollo and Evangeline ship, this may be unpopular or popular opinion. I don't know. I'm sinking it. Sink. I didn't really like her with Apollo. There's a reason behind it. You would have to read the book to find out if you haven't read it. But if you have, and you don't like the couple, you would understand. You would understand. Other than that, that's just my part of this book. I'm trying to cut the end short because I got things to do, and there you go. There you have it. This is a sink. The last book I'm promoting for a ship or sink is, everyone will know this one. If you haven't, what are you doing? Are you living under a rock? So it is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is from the Folk of the Air trilogy. I gave myself a paper cut, but it's okay. This is based on Jude's perspective of the story, but we're doing the ship or sink on Jude and Carden. That I do ship. Jude and Carden. It's the perfect ship. 100% ship. This story will always has a special place in my heart. A special place in my heart. Even if I go back to rereading it, I am so rereading it. I don't care how old I am. I could be 95 years old and reread this trilogy. So you know what I'm going for this. Yeah, so I would take my last breath and reread this trilogy if I have to. this is one of my die-hard favorite books. So yeah, definitely pick up the book if you haven't, because I don't know what you're doing. I do want to promote for the Cruel Prince Folk of the Air trilogy's spin-off, because book 2 is coming out on March 5th, and I did pre-order that, and that's coming, I believe, on time. And the spin-off is The Stolen Hair by Holly Black. It's based on, what's her name? Surin? Let me read you the inside and tell you what it's about. A runaway queen, a reluctant prince, and a quest that may destroy them both. 8 years have passed since the Battle of the Serpent, but in the icy north, Lady Nor of the Court of Teeth has reclaimed the Ice Needle Citadel. There she is using an ancient relic to create monsters of stick and snow, who will do her binding and exact her revenge. Surin, child queen of the Court of Teeth, and the one person with power of her mother, fled to the human world. There she lives feral in the woods, lonely, and still haunted by the merciless torments she endured in the Court of Teeth. She bides her time for releasing mortals from foolish bargains. She believes herself forgotten until the storm hag Bogdana chases her through the night streets, Surin is saved by one other than Prince Oak, the heir to Elfheim she was once promised in marriage, and she was resented for years. Now 17, Oak is charming, beautiful, and manipulative. He's on a mission that will lead him into the Ice Needle Citadel, and he wants Surin's help, but if she agrees, it will mean guarding her heart against the boy she once knew and a prince she cannot trust, as well as confronting all the horrors she thought she left behind. So this is the spin-off to the Folk of the Air trilogy. So I don't know who's not been reading this, but you need to pick this up. You're up for a treat. You're up for a treat. A big, big treat. So please pick these up. Whatever you do, library, buy them, I don't care. Thank you for joining with me for the Ship and Sink. I hope you had fun. I certainly did. And it was great. I enjoyed it. I was wanting to do this video since mid 2023, and I got to do it early 2024. So yeah, I finally got to do it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all again soon. All right, have a safe one out there. Stay nice and warm. I heard it's been so cold. Other than that, later.